Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? I'm doing excellent. I got about 2 more months left on Okinawa, and then I'm out, and I ain't never coming back, hopefully. Okay, so today we have a very, very, very good topic. The American dream costs $5 million. All right, it's going to be very controversial. I got it, but so we want to jump right into it. Before that, this book is available on Kindle Unlimited. All right, so if you didn't know, I have 2 different audiences. I have my Kindle audience and I have my kind of website audience, and I have different books for both. If you publish on Kindle, you can't release your stuff anywhere else. So I have 2. So this one I have to support both. So this one was on Kindle Unlimited, but it's a very hot bottom item. That doesn't mean you can still read. You can still read the article and everything. So it's good. Now, that being said, the American dream costs $5 million. All right, so it sounds extreme. It sounds like it's impossible. But when I say the American dream, I mean when you leave your house at 18 years old, or when you're getting married without any kind of financial constraints, and you're just thinking about the future. How much is that? What does that look like? All right, so obviously as you move forward and you know things, you're gonna have to tone things down in your car and your housing and your area and your neighborhood and private schools or whatever, because you know you come to reality. But before all that reality hits, what does the American dream look like? That's why it's called a dream, not the American reality. All right, but we want to dig into it. This number is very important, very vital for young people, for parents with kids. This might be one of the most important numbers you'll ever realize, okay? So, I left home in 1999 after 10 days between graduating high school and joining the Marine Corps. All right, 1999, June. Okay, so when I left at 19, I had no idea how much the American dream cost. Right? I was just young, just doing what I do when I did. I got married at 25. When I got married, I had no idea. Bought a house, I had no idea. 12 years later or whatever, bought another house, had no idea. 3 years after that, bought another house, had no idea. Okay? So I just learned this number recently. I just started doing the math and listening to other content creators talking about money, and you know, marriage is, you know, going to cost a lot. I didn't know, right? So you have to like factor it in. Why is it important you know? So you can prepare, right? It might be a crazy number, but at least you're going into it eyes wide open. If I would have known at a young age that my future life was going to be so expensive, then maybe I wouldn't have bought as many video games, right? Maybe I could buy, hey, before you buy a new video game, finish this one. Okay? So I wouldn't have tons of video games. Right? Whatever the case may be. Maybe I didn't have to go out to the club every Friday and Saturday night. All right? Maybe I could have went once a month. Okay? So these numbers are very vital for the young people to know, because on TV, it looks like you get a job and then all these things come to you. You get your house, you get your kids, you get your dogs, you get your cars. Everybody's on vacation. It looks so easy. And then you get out there and start grinding. And even if you're making good money, it's not easy. Okay, I was making 6 figures when I figured this out. Okay, so someone can call it a trap. It, for all intents and purposes, is a trap if you go in without knowing. Okay, so as a youth, as a young person, you want to prepare for this number. Anything you can do to mitigate this number, to whittle it down, you want to prepare. Any money you can save, any debt you can prevent, you want to do that early on. Okay, life is about business. If you really want to be happy in life, you have to be. You can have love, you can have fun, but you have to be serious. Okay, I have an article in a book called "I'm Too Serious." Okay. I have another article called "Life is Not a Game." All right, because you have to have that back end. right? There is really no room for play, no room for, error. Okay. Now, so as you get married, you want to have this number. Okay. Yes, you marry for love, but you have to do the business or else the love can't survive. All right. So when you're getting married, does that person want to continue working? Is that person bringing in college debt? What kind of person does that car dream, or what kind of car does that person dream about? Wedding, house. All right. If you guys have two different dreams about the size of the house, the size of the wedding, the types of cars, the financial cost, either you got to figure them out before. Like I said, life is fluid, but if you're not going to meet early on, it's only going to get harder with time. Okay, especially if that person's working, making their own money, they're not going to let you prevent them from having their dream, their American dream. Okay. Now, for parents, all right, I'll talk about it later, okay, towards the end. But for parents, this is a very important number for your kids. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the numbers on the screen right now. Okay, so I'm gonna put like a little reminder here so I can see it. Now let's look at the numbers. Let's very quickly look at the numbers. Okay, college for you and your spouse, $100,000 each. Yes, you can get it cheaper. Yes, you can get cheaper, but this is the American dream. All right, I grew up in San Diego. When I applied in '99 for multiple colleges, I got accepted to Oregon State and Arizona State. Okay, I wasn't applying to community college because I wasn't looking about the money. All right, now I'm 41 years old, and I can tell my kid, "Hey, dude, go to community college. It's fine. Go to technical school. Go be an electrician." Right, after all these years, yes, he doesn't have to pay $100,000 because I know better. I know what this education is worth, right? The American dream says you want to go to a top school, Pac-10, or Pac-12, whatever they are now, Big 10, Big 12, whatever they are. You want to go to a big school, public university, private university, out of state, okay, the American dream. Okay, now, children, $500,000. Yes, this number is real. Without college, a kid is over $250,000. Think about it. Your car has to be bigger. Your house has to be bigger. Food, school, traveling, doctors. I didn't even put medical in this numbers. I didn't even put medical in there. All right. Yes, kids are very expensive. Okay. The book, The 2-Income Trap, talks about kids. You're more liable to go broke when you have kids. All right. This is not even the luxuries. I'm not talking about vacations. Nice stuff for the kids. Okay. This stuff is very important, very expensive. Okay. Pets. 2 pets over 40 years, $200,000. Okay. That's being generous. It's probably even more than that. Okay. So that's 2 pets. After 10 years, one might go away. You get another one. You get another one. So you're consistently keeping 2 pets. Over 40 years, 200,000. Yes. Okay. Anybody with pets? Think about it. Okay. House. Okay. In my comment section, people say, "Oh, the house is not that expensive." Yeah, it's not that expensive up front. Okay. You might buy a house today for 200,000. Cool. But over the long run, it's still going to cost a lot of money. Repairs, maintenance, upgrades. Okay, you might not get out. Okay, you get a house. Okay, but that's your one house. As we're going to talk about later, parents. Okay, you have your one house. So by the time your kid buys his house at age 40, his house will be 3-4 times as much. So if you're not buying him a house or her a house, you see what I'm saying? So we'll talk about that later. So it might not just be your house. You might have 3 houses, 5 houses. Okay, cars. That's a very generous number. All right. I know people that spend $50,000 on a car every 3 years. Okay. So 200,000 is for me with my Ford Focus. Okay. So me and my wife, I've had 2 cars. She's had 2 cars. Plus we went overseas, had 2 cars. I have a car here. So it's like 7 cars. And they're all cheap. And it's still at least $60,000, $70,000 right there. And that's maintenance. It's everything else. $100,000 already. That's with cheap cars. We don't buy expensive cars. Okay. Now, miscellaneous things can get out of control here. Weddings, vacations, Mother's Day, rings, jewelry, all this stuff. Okay. Unlimited amount of stuff. This is America. The American dream. Okay. People dream about America, dream about being on boats. You know, man, it's ridiculous, right? Expensive vacations, everything. All this stuff it adds up quickly. And on top of all this is not even doing anything for your kids yet. Barely. You are responsible for your retirement. $2.5 million. So for two people, $2.5 million is probably $100,000 a year in retirement. Okay. Now keep in mind, to have this $5 million lifestyle, which is average, you're probably making more than 100K. So do you want to retire on 100K? No. So you probably want that retirement number to be around $5 million, $10 million. Okay. Now, this is why the number is important. If your parents did not set you up to leave the house, okay, at 18, if you did not leave the house with assets, with a dividend portfolio, with your college paid for, with a house that you can live in for cheap rent, you're going to try to come up with this number all in one lifetime before you retire. That's why the number is important. You're going to try to go from 18 to 66 and make roughly $5 to $10 million. Okay. The $5 million number is from 18 to 66, $110,000 a year, right off the bat, right off the rip. That right there is $5 million. So, and that means you had to be completely perfect, pay no interest. Right off the rip, you got to be perfect for 40 years, 40 plus years. All right. Is it possible? If you're trying to work for money, no. If you figure out how to make money while you sleep, yes. Okay. So now let's address the parents. I'm a parent. Okay. What am I doing for my children so that I can reduce their number? A, knowledge. Okay. I know I can reduce their college expenses. I got the GI Bill. The kids can live at home. They can rent one of they can live in one of my houses and go to college, then rent rooms to their friends. Okay. So we're reducing costs and making money. Okay. Now, I can reduce pets. I can talk to my kids about pets, the cost of pets. Okay. So if you get something small, right? I have 3 houses. I can leave one of the houses to the kids. Okay. That saves them thousands and thousands, if not $1 million right there. Okay. Potentially buy another couple more properties before when they're younger, right? Or assist them with the down payment so they can get a house. Whatever it is. Okay, now I've already started brokerage accounts for the kids. Even if your kid leaves the house at age 18 with, let's just say, $20K. $20,000, you convert all that into a Roth at age 18. All right, so that's probably going to grow into over 40 years, potentially, I don't know. I'm not doing the math. I haven't done math, but 600,000. Okay, just that little 20K. So if you leave with 50K, 100K. Okay, now you're talking about potentially $2 or $3 million right off the rip. They don't got to even touch that money. So, and if they can add to it, even better. So, this number is very important. If you left the house at 18 years old, you walked into the biggest trap of your life. Okay, your parents probably didn't know the number, right? So now you're 18, you're thinking that you're going to work and come up with all this money, and that everybody's living this normal life, and everybody's driving nice cars, everybody's buying 3,000 square foot houses, everybody's living large, everybody's living fat off of their 100K job. Okay, keep in mind that only 10% of people make 100K. Okay, but you never know what's going on behind the scene. Either they have debt to come up with this number, or their parents helped them, right? Or something's happening beyond the scope of reality, or something maybe nefarious is happening behind the scenes. Something's happening. Okay, if you want to legally make this number, you have to make money while you sleep. You have to learn about money. And if you're leaving at 18, no resources, no assets, and no education in terms of money, once you figure it out, you're gonna have to work twice as hard, at least for 5 to 10 years. Okay, at least for 5 to 10 years, you're gonna have to overcome that number and get the ball rolling, get your compound interest up. What does that mean? Start a business, write a blog, rent out your car on Toros, have roommates. You have to get ahead of the power curve. You have to be able to get, if you're under 40, you need to get $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in your brokerage account. Then that money can grow alongside you. And once you figure out how to make that much money, then you can start doing stuff. You have to, without a level of work, you're not going to get over the hump and reach these numbers. As you strive to reach these numbers, your friends will turn on you, your family will probably turn on you because you're different. You're not watching Netflix all day. You got a goal, you have a mission, you're very oriented. People are going to say that you're all about the money. Yes, sure, if that's what you want to think. The more I concentrate on getting this money, the better my kids will be, and the less they have to focus on it. And keep in mind, every year this $5 million number increases. Yeah, some people, I can buy a house under $750. Okay, cool. Now go to San Diego. You can't. You're gonna buy a bare minimum house for $750. Barely 1,500 square feet, if not less. No yard. Okay. But if you wanted to live on a little acreage, you're looking at $3 million in San Diego, probably for half an acre. Okay? So what we do now is going to pay multiple dividends over the long run. So yes, this number, we have to sit down with our kids at a very young age. It's going to seem incredible to them. It's going to seem like funny money. It is until you're in the trap. And why do most divorces happen? Money. Your parents probably aren't being honest with you on this financial burden. Okay, so if one spouse makes a lot of money, chances are they're not home. If both spouses are attending ball games and everything else, chances are they don't make a lot of money. So either you're home and there's not a lot of money, or you're gone and there's money. The only way to overcome that is to make money while you sleep, to make money while you're at the ball game. Passive income. Okay? But you have to have a ball of work to make the passive income. To make dividends, you need a ball of money. To make royalties, you need a ball of creativity. Books, music, YouTube videos. Okay? For real estate, you got to have a ball of real estate for rental income. That's how you have to create something that makes. You have to purchase, buy, or create income producing assets. And then you can go to the ball game with your kids as your rents are coming in at $3, $4, $10,000 a month. Now you've bought the ability to free your time. That's why the $5 million number is so important. If you want to be there for your kids and actually help them with their finances, as well as be there physically, something has to give, at least up front. 5 to 10 years. Because we can go to as many soccer games as we want, but when we turn our kids over to go get in student loan debt, credit card debt, with all this debt, get married, put their wedding on debt, and then send them off to have 2 kids, and then try to buy a house on debt, it's going to crumble. And they're not going to come to you as they're getting divorced and say, well, at least you went to my soccer game 15 years ago. All right. The young people are crumbling under this pressure now. It's a lot of money. And if they don't know what the implications are up front, it could destroy them. Because on Instagram, they see that everybody has a house, everybody has this, everybody's doing this. It seems so easy. Why is it coming hard for me? Instagram's a lie. Social media's a lie. I'm 41. I know it's a lie. However, a 25-year-old, they don't know the difference. To them, social media is real. To me, it's just like Real Housewives of New York. It's fake. Social media is fake. Okay. So we're not doing our kids a service by sending them out there at 18, naked in the world, no information, no money, no resources, no assets. Okay. Yes, we want to be amazing parents and we want to do all this and be there, but nobody in our family has done anything to let us be at these soccer games, all of them. Somebody has to do the work so that free up the time. Because that can be you, potentially. If you're listening to this, then chances are you're going to be the one doing it. Because most people won't even read a financial book. All right, so that's all I have. Okay, so end state is it's a lot of money. Make money while you sleep. But you need self-education to learn how to do that. Okay, once you learn, it's super fun. And it doesn't take up a lot of time once you learn it. All right. And then once you get it going, then you get focused on the next asset. Right? Me, I build books. Right? But eventually that will smooth out. And then I'll go, okay, cool. I'm going to go buy a rental property. And it might take 6 months to a year. But I buy a property and it gives us $300-$400 a month. Okay. And it's something that, I can lay to the kids or give to the kids. Okay. So once you get it going, then everything falls into place. It's just that first 3 to 5 years of building. Okay, my website's going to grow slowly. My books are going to grow slowly. My dividend portfolio is growing slowly. My rental income and my real estate's growing. Right, my military retirement's growing. My Roth IRA is growing. My USDC is growing. Right, so everything's in motion now. I'm chilling. Right. But I continue to grind on my books because for me it's fun. I see the purpose of it. All right. So now I have some of these assets grown for my kids. But I have the knowledge. So when they leave, before they leave, I can talk to them. I can say, hey, save money here, save money here, save money here. Drive this car. Right? I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just giving them advice. And if they're smart with their money, they'll find somebody that's smart with their money. And they can start a good life. Right? They're not going to marry somebody that wants to spend a lot of money. All right. So I rambled on enough. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. And I'll see you in the next one.